This is another CLNS Media Patriots Roundtable. I'm sitting here with Mike Molyneux and Mark Zahn. Patriots play the Steelers in the season opener. Guys, Antonio Brown, obviously one of the biggest stories over the offseason. There were a lot of big stories over the offseason. Gronk retiring. I guess you can say Andrew Luck, part of the offseason, retiring. And then Antonio Brown throwing a hissy fit with the Steelers, now with the Raiders, throwing more hissy fits. First of all, my God, is this guy becoming insufferable?
It doesn't end.
He posted a picture today with the helmet, or somebody posted a picture. I forget, was it Adam Schefter maybe, of Antonio Brown showing off the helmet that he chose. I don't give a damn what helmet Antonio Brown chose. I don't. I'm so sick of hearing this guy's friggin' helmet. Stop being a baby and just pick a goddamn helmet. Anyway, Antonio Brown no longer with the Steelers. Le'Veon Bell, I know he missed last season with the holdout. No longer with the Steelers. Steelers have had a high explosive offense over the past couple of years when the Patriots have played them over the past, way more than the past couple of years. Even with the addition of Juju Smith-Schuster combined with Antonio Brown last season. So with Antonio Brown leaving, with Le'Veon Bell now completely out of the picture in Pittsburgh, is the Steelers' offense just as dangerous or nearly as dangerous still, even without those two massive weapons? Marvel, we'll start off with you.
I think the Steelers' offense is obviously, when losing AB, you miss a huge part of your offense. He's the number one receiver, arguably the best wide receiver. Helmet, no helmet, whatever the case may be.
If I have to hear about this guy's damn helmet again, oh my God, I'm sick of it.
One thing we forget though, when we look into last year when we faced the Pittsburgh Steelers, they didn't have James Conner playing running back. He was hurt. He was injured at that time, and it was Jalen Samuels, and he makes a huge difference. He was one of the top running backs in the league last year, and he's also a dual threat. And the Patriots are going to have their hands full trying to stop him. I mean, Patriots were last year were not a good team at stopping the run at all. You're hoping with the emergence of Winovich, Bentley, Collins coming back as well. Yeah. So that obviously, hopefully that helps, the run stop, because James Conner is going to add a huge difference. Juju, not only is he the number one wide receiver, and everyone say he's the number one wide receiver, he's going to get more attention, but he's also developing as well. He's not going to stay as the receiver he was his first 2 years. He's also going to be a developed receiver. I'm high on Juju. I think he's going to be great for a long time in this league, and so we'll see how great he becomes. And then they added Moncrief, who's a serviceable receiver. I think the Steelers' offense will be all right. It's obviously not as great with AB, but they're not going to hit a huge downfall.
All right, Mike, before we jump over to you guys, Patriots Roundtable is powered by betonline.ag. Just like always, head over to betonline.ag and use promo code CLNS50. That is CLNS, the number 5, the number 0 to receive your welcome bonus. Guys, just do it. Just get it done. All right, Mike, what do you think? Is the Steelers' offense just as or nearly as explosive and dangerous as they were with Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell in the picture?
I do not believe they're as explosive as they were with those two guys. You're talking about, Le'Veon Bell, the type of stats and numbers he put up, he's won some fantasy leagues just with the stats he put up when he was having some great seasons in Pittsburgh. And Antonio Brown, like Marv said, arguably one of the best, if not the best receivers in the game when playing and fully locked in and not worrying about anything off the field or on the field if you're talking about his helmet, whatever the case is. But you don't easily replace two talented guys like that. Yes, I agree with Mark. Juju Smith-Schuster is going to be something to be reckoned with. He's the top receiver over there. Obviously, I think Ben Roethlisberger has already built up some trust with him. But as of this very moment, this upcoming 2019 season, I don't think he's going to be Antonio Brown or what Antonio Brown was at his best. Same thing with James Conner. At his best in this 2019 season, I don't think he'll be what Le'Veon Bell was when he was a Pittsburgh Steeler. Does that mean that these guys don't have the potential to being, possibly close to the same level as Antonio Brown or Le'Veon Bell? No, I'm not putting a cap on their potential at all, but I just don't feel as if right now they're going to be a team in this upcoming season that will be as explosive as they were a few seasons ago when they had the triple Bs, Big Ben, Antonio Brown, and Le'Veon Bell. So it remains to be seen for sure.
Yeah, like I don't think Juju is going to be what Antonio Brown is because despite of how insufferable this guy's become, Antonio Brown's one of the most talented receivers in this league. He's great, but Juju, who knows what he could be? Because Marv, like you said, he's still developing, and the kid's been great. The guy has been great. I mean, I drafted in my fantasy league as the second that I could. The guy has been great, but it's not going to be as explosive. I think it has the chance to be not close, but almost there, just because Ben Roethlisberger, as much of a creep as that guy is, he's still a very talented quarterback too. I, I, I got a lot of gripes with the Pittsburgh Steelers, man. Personally, I have a lot of gripes with these guys. In James Conner and on the running back side of things, look, I think I could be a good running back on the team. It's like not taking anything away from Zeke because I think Zeke's a wildly talented running back for the Dallas Cowboys, but the offensive line on Pittsburgh is great. So that's going to be a huge help for James Conner. I think James Conner is going to be very explosive. But what do the Patriots do? The Patriots always take away your most important weapon. So whether that's Juju, whether that's going to be James Conner, the Patriots are going to focus on that, and the Patriots are going to take that away. But not really the question here. I just don't think they're going to be as dangerous because you need having two threats like that, having the two-headed monster of Juju Smith-Schuster and Antonio Brown, despite all the apparently internal issues with the team, it's not going to be the same. It's going to be good, but it's not going to be the same. Not going to be nearly as what you worry about. And plus, they have to have guys step up. Like you guys brought up you guys brought up Moncrief. Serviceable, been underwhelming. I expected more out of this guy over his career so far. Vance McDonald, I have some high hopes that I think he can be he could take a step forward.
Chunga's gonna have his handful with Vance McDonald.
He is. He's a good tight end, but I don't think you're gonna have to worry about him too much, and I don't think that he's gonna really. I don't think he takes that Pittsburgh Steelers offense and gives them that boost to put them anywhere near what they were with Antonio Brown. And plus, more eyes now are going to be on Juju Smith-Schuster. Having Antonio Brown and Juju, you had to pick one of those guys to either double team and keep a close eye on them. Now that there's only one, you can really suffocate Juju Smith-Schuster, which is a big hit to them. All right, guys, as the Patriots play the Steelers this weekend, what do they have to focus on? Give me a quick one, 30 seconds to a minute here. What do the Patriots have to focus on if they want to beat the Steelers this weekend? Michael, start with you.
Big Ben is going to be airing the ball out. He's one of these old school quarterbacks. He can move a little bit, but like nothing. His mobility is nothing to be really scared of.
Fast.
Yeah, his mobility is nothing to be really scared of. So Big Ben is going to be going down the field, and you just want the Patriots to do their best job at trying to just contain the air attack. Yes, it's Juju Smith-Schuster. Yes, Moncrief. We'll see what he brings to the table. Vance McDonald, the tight end as well. Just control the air attack. That's it. I think if you can control the air attack, I believe in these new linebackers and guys that the Patriots have up front that will kind of control the running game this year a lot better, but control the air attack from Pittsburgh Steelers, and I think they'll do just fine.
All right, Marv, what do you think?
For the first time in a long time, the Patriots are better than the Steelers in all three phases of the game. Defense, special teams, and offense. Before, you couldn't really say that with the offensive front. Steelers, you usually have the best offense on the field, but now Patriots are best in all three, in my opinion. And to win, you just got to take care of the football. No turnovers throughout. That starts from Brady and then the running backs, receivers. No turnovers. You keep this game simple as can be, you'll win this game easily.
One thing that you really have to do, in probably the only thing they have to do to beat the Steelers, is just put Mike Tomlin's brain in a pretzel. You guys remember when he was complaining about 98.5 the Sports Hub's broadcast being put into his headset? Did that really throw off your game plan that much, pal? Oh my God. My focus, I think the Steelers defense, a lot of people don't focus on them, especially because there have been so many offensive weapons. Their offense has been so talented now for years. But the defense last season was great. It was very good. They led the league in sacks, and I think that's where your focus has to be. The offensive line, it's going to be a little inexperienced with Karras at center, with Isaiah Wynn now on the left side. Guys, the Steelers defense, the Steelers defensive front is one of the best in the league. They're very deep and they come at you from all angles. They led the league. I think it was 56 sacks last year. So you have to protect Brady. You have to create a clean pocket because one of the things that you notice when the Patriots do lose, when the Patriots get beat up, it's when Brady sees ghosts. It's when Brady knows bodies are coming. It's when Brady knows that the offensive line isn't necessarily doing their job that day. So you really have to protect Brady. You have to create that clean pocket around him. Maybe even have to bring in an extra blocker, bring in one of these random tight ends to throw extra blocks. Maybe James White, maybe James Devlin to set up the extra blocks. But you have to neutralize that pass rush because if you don't, Brady's going to be hit a lot. All right, guys, this is another CLNS Media Patriots Roundtable. Nick Qualia, Marvazon, Mike Molino. We will be back next week. Finally, football is back after week 1 against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Again, Nick Qualia, Mike Molino, Marvazon. Guys, we'll talk to you next week. Thanks for watching.